Today I'll be doing Beyblade physics on Judgment Joker from the Pro Series. And for sample bays, I have Judgment Joker Zero Glaive Reboot, basically the non-Pro Series version. And I also have Cosmic Valtryek Infinite Spiral H. First, I'm going to go over Joker's parts. It has Ultimate Reboot for the performance tip, which is an upgrade to the Reboot tip, which had a gimmick where when you launch it, these tabs would come out and would have just this flat tip, but as the battle would go on, it would shorten, and then it would make contact with this jaggy edge for some more speed later on. Ultimate Reboot has a pretty similar gimmick. It's a bit tricky to... There we go. So you can see it has that same plastic thing that comes up, but as it slows down, then it makes contact with this rubber. It can also make contact earlier on by just going on at angles with this stadium rim and stuff. And for the disc, it has Zero. It's a good disc for some decent weight. And has the glaive frame. It has some really protrusive points here and here. I used to use it on Drain Fafnir sometimes for spin stealing, and I don't know why, but it was released with bays like Kinetics the Tube and Tempest Wyvern, who are defense types. I guess it might help with burst resistance a little bit, but I can definitely see why it would be used on an attack type like Judgment Joker. It just fits on like that. And the non-Pro Series version is basically pretty much the same. The frames might be just a slightly different color, but they're pretty much the same. And for the layer base, it uses Judgment. This one has kind of two gimmicks, but they're both revolve around rubber. So all the red you see on here is rubber. So these big blades here, with rubber, that's definitely that grips to the opponent for some big damage. And there's also a little bit of rubber right here, which helps with burst resistance. And the non-Pro Series version is just all plastic. There's no rubber at all. And for the layer weight, it uses Sen, which takes up all 6 spaces that the layer weight can. So it's a good layer weight to have. Joker's kind of an average GT chip. It has average teeth, kinda. The non-Pro Series version is basically, well, it looks pretty much the same, other than it's basically this but without stickers, and only one of the eyes is colored, not both of them, and of course this one doesn't have that silver thing in the middle because the layer weight goes there. And this one has teeth, and this one has slopes, and this one has a code. So lots of differences there, actually. Now to put it all together. I think it's the Judgment layer base that makes this a really fun Beyblade. Putting them together. First, I'm going to battle the 2 Judgment Jokers against each other. Three, 2, 1, let it rip. Yeah, you can definitely see that when it still moves around pretty quickly. And I think one reason, I'm not sure, the springs might be a bit stronger on this one, so it's newer. But if they're stronger, so it might be a bit tricky. I might have to launch pretty hard to get it to actually unlock and go out. But as you can see, it's a pretty strong attack type. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Whoa. Oh, I don't know how it versus its opponent when it was so low on spin, unless it was rotating the opposite direction or something. Cause it was right there, it was almost done with stamina. I thought it was probably gonna lose, but it still somehow pulled off a burst. That was pretty cool. And one thing you might have seen in that battle that I was hoping might happen is that sometimes when this thing zooms around and it passes the brink, it hits the wall and then jumps over the stadium. Like, jumps across the stadium. You might have seen there, like, I can't remember which side it jumped from, but it jumped over its opponent. And that happens sometimes. It's pretty cool. And try battling it against Cosmic Valtryek now. It's that hypersphere tip. Doesn't really work well in these stadiums. Gotta give it really soft launches. It just deflected it straight into the pocket there. That wasn't really even very exciting. That was a little more exciting. Something happened over here. I don't remember. All I remember is it jumped into the pocket and then flew back out. I wonder if that's a bit of rubber or if it's just some fluff they got in the stadium. I think it's fluff, just fluff. But these rubber blades will wear down a little bit over time. Same with that rubber burst lock thing. But it's not definitely, as you can see, not the most competitive, but it is really fun. Stop that. That was surprising. I want to do that again. That was another big hit. Another thing about Judgment, it doesn't really hurt me that much, but I've heard that sometimes you might want to be a bit careful when you're stopping it from spinning with the rubber blades. And that was really surprising. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think I might do one more battle against each of the opponents so you can get a little more idea of what the Bay can do. Pulled off for Survivor finish there. reboot is activating a little bit. Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, it's also a little bit wobbly. Yeah, I'll just say that's all for now, and thanks for watching.